Hello, this is President Trump. Smash the like button. If you think that The Undertaker and Kane were better wrestlers than Dave Bautista and Mick Foley,
You see, I tried to warn you people that you need to jump on the right side of history. The right side is the best side. The right side has alpha energy, and the left-wing nutjob beta male side had the beta male energy. But you did not want to listen, right? I was called a coon. That's what I was called. I was called a Uncle Tom just because I was trying to be on the right side of history. I don't get it. If you support Donald Trump, how does that make a black man a coon? By that same logic, what do you call Latinos who support Trump? Do you call them coons? Make up your fucking mind. But I knew the Donald was going to win. It was obvious. I'm like, why were you living in a fantasy world? Kamala, she was not better than Hillary Clinton. So what makes you think she was going to win? This is why she lost. She tried to do scare tactics. Her and all the left-wing nutjob beta males, they tried to do scare tactics. How dare you compare somebody to Hitler? That's why she lost. Don't you dare ever in your goddamn life, homie, compare somebody to Hitler. In 2024, I know who Hitler is, and it's not Trump. Trump never killed anybody. That's the difference. Hitler killed millions of people. And the fact that you tried to dumb him down, that's what happened. The left, they tried to dumb down Hitler just to talk down about the fucking Donald. That's why he was desperate. People saw right through that. That's what the left does. They try to bully you into voting for somebody. They tried to do scare tactics, and it did not work. It backfired. I will compare this to George Costanza, the Bad Boy episode. Remember, it was when Elaine turned George into a bad boy, and her female friend, she found George attractive because Elaine turned him into a bad boy. Listen, when it comes to America, we love bad boys. We love dudes who are edgy. So look back at that episode. That was Donald Trump. Donald Trump was George Costanza because the more Elaine was talking to a friend about how George is a bad guy, he's this, he's that, that made him more attractive to a friend. And George became the bad boy because he became interesting. The more you talk up somebody as a bad guy, people are going to turn on you. Just like when a parent tells their daughter, listen, don't date that guy. Well, guess what? Your daughter is going to want to date him even more just to defy you. That's what happened to the left. The more you talk shit about Donald Trump every day, saying he's Hitler, he's this, he's that, he's Castro, he's a goddamn dictator. Bro, we was not believing that. You was desperate. We saw that. You was desperate. Every fucking interview, you was talking shit about Donald Trump. That's all you had. That's all you had was scare tactics, and it did not work. The fact that she had horrible, awful interviews, she has no charisma, no personality. She tried to compare herself to Barack Obama. I'm like, look here, bitch. You are not Obama. Obama had personality and charisma, and he had charm. Kamala had no charm. She had nothing. She was forced into office. So there were so many hypocritical black people in terms of, okay, how am I a Uncle Tom if I don't vote for this Indian woman who was cosplaying as a black woman? Hold on, 4 years ago, you did not vote for her. So what has changed? Nothing. Nothing has changed. Hell, you had a better chance if Joe Biden was running, okay? This was a blowout, a landslide. Kamala got her ass whooped, as I predicted. But I was called Uncle Tom. Nah, bitch, I was on the right side of history. I don't care if you Indian, black, I don't give a fuck. What are your policies? And the fact that they hired all these fake-ass celebrities like Mick Foley, Dave Bautista to endorse this Indian woman, I felt disrespected. Because obviously, they were paid off. It's like, you can't endorse Kamala without talking shit about the Donald. Those are the rules, and people got sick of it. It's like, give us facts and reasons why we should vote for Kamala. Everything don't gotta be about Trump. This was like, okay, vote for Kamala just because Trump is a bad guy. Nah, bitch, that is not how that works. You need reasons. Don't just cry and complain about how the Donald is bad. No, give us reasons why he's bad. Don't just say it. Everybody was sounding like a broken record, and that's why you lost. America loves bad boys. the more you talk shit about the Donald, that turned him into a good guy, right? That turned him into a baby face. To the American people, we felt sorry for him. Every damn interview, every damn rally, Kamala was just talking shit about this man, calling him Hitler, and then you have Biden calling the Donald Trump supporters garbage. It's like, bro, you was desperate. That's desperation. Scare tactics. That's not going to work to grown people. And who still watches BT in 2024? I made a post calling those men who went to that BT Black Men Summit. I'm like, bro, I called it a left-wing nutjob beta male summit. That's what it was. It was a fucking black men left-wing nutjob beta male summit. And guess what? Everybody was on my side. And guess what? People agreed. So I'm proud of all the black men. I'm proud of all the right-wing black men who did not fold, who did not give in to the bully tactics that the left-wing nutjobs was trying to do. They were trying to strong-arm a vote. They were trying to shame black men, right? It was, oh my God, it was an awful campaign strategy in terms of they were trying to shame black men by saying, you ain't black, you a fucking Uncle Tom if you don't vote for Kamala. By saying she is black just like you. Yeah, your mama's black, your grandma's black, you gotta vote for Kamala. I'm like, why are you turning this into a race war? That's what the left was doing. You wanna call the Donald divisive? Nah, bitch. You calling me Uncle Tom just because I don't wanna vote for this fucking Indian woman who's fake? No, that's called divisive. You are trying to divide the country and you are trying to create a civil war. You are trying to create a race war by telling black men you are wrong for voting for this white man. Yes, that's what you were doing. You was trying to shame black men on why we chose the Donald. Listen, black men don't care about the Donald's race. Well, the right-wing black men, we don't care about the Donald's race. Why were you trying to bring that up? Oh, but the Donald is divisive. He's dangerous. But your whole campaign shaming black men for not voting for you based on you cosplaying as a black woman. How is that not racist? Right? How is that not being a dictator? That was dictatorship. Facts. So you want to shame me because I was not trying to vote for this cosplaying black woman? So you want to shame me just because my mom was black and my grandmother is fucking black? That's why I should vote for her? Like what? And who cares if she went to an HBCU? What the fuck does that mean? Bruh, there's white folks who go to an HBCU. There's Latinos. There's a lot of people of all races who go to an HBCU. That don't make you black. Okay, there were so many simps who were sipping for Kamala Harris. Here's what I mean. So all of a sudden, she's black, right? You want to shame black men. But hold on. She is not married to a black man. So what? Why don't she practice what she preaches? Like, that is very hypocritical. You want to shame black men for not voting for this woman who was not married to a black man. It was crazy. And I'm glad that my influence helped out. This year was the first year I ever voted. Why? Because the last 4 years, this country has been trash. Thanks to Biden. So I said, hell no, I cannot sit this one out. I gotta vote for the Donald. That's what I did. Now, do I look at Mick Foley different? Hell yeah. Will I ever view Dave Bautista the same? Nope. I will forever view Dave Bautista as a beta male, left-wing nutjob beta male who sold out. Mick Foley sold out. Now, I don't respect Mick Foley, even before this election. And here's why. He's on video selling the dick flip from Joey Ryan. So ever since then, I said, fuck Mick Foley. Yes, facts on facts. Ever since Mick Foley sold the dick flip from Joey Ryan on the Indies, I said, fuck Mick Foley. So that's why I never talked about Mick Foley. That's why I never sold anything Mick was saying about the Donald. So that's crazy. So Kane and Taker, they beat Bautista and Mick Foley in a tag team match. In 2024, they still beat them. The Brothers of Destruction. But man, I felt very offended that they compared the Donald to Hitler. I'm like, bro, I'm black, and even I felt offended because Hitler killed millions of people, and you compared the Donald to Hitler. I'm like, if you were Jewish, you should feel disrespected. Man, they got embarrassed. The left got embarrassed. All you left-wing nutjob beta males, you look dumb for not being on the right side of history. Now, why did Kamala lose? Because she's fake. I saw right through her. I don't view her as a black woman. Like, you gotta keep that same energy. What's so different compared to 4 years ago? It's like, she's like Rocky Maivia in terms of, you wanna be black when it's convenient for you. That's what I compare her to. She wants to be black when it suits her narrative, and I saw right through it. I don't know why these weak black people fell for it. She embarrassed black people on her campaign, because why would you hire Meg Thee Stallion? Why would you hire Cardi B? Cardi B? So that's how you view black people? She hired Meg Thee Stallion to endorse her. I'm like, wow, please, woman, you gotta pick your endorsers very carefully, okay? She had awful endorsers. Obama, oh man, fuck Obama forever. Fuck Obama for being a sellout and trying to shame black men into voting for this Indian woman. It was like the moment Joe Biden dropped out and he endorsed Kamala Harris, right? It was weird. For the past 4 years, this woman has had nothing to do with black folks. Then all of a sudden, Joe Biden drops out, and then we see her with the goddamn Migos, fucking Lizzo. I'm like, hold on, that's how you view blacks? You think we're ratchet? She thinks all black folks are ratchet, ghetto, weed heads, gangsters. That's how she views black folks. She made black folks look bad. She put an awful stereotype on black folks in her campaign based on the celebrities that she picked to push, because she thought she was going to connect with black folks. I'm like, man, obviously you ain't black if you think you was going to get the black vote based on trying to hang out with the Migos, Lizzo, fucking Steven Jackson, all these ghetto ass black folks, Cardi B, Meg the goddamn Stallion. You think you was going to win a black vote by choosing ratchet black people who was fucking twerking on stage? I'm like, wow, that's how she views blacks. That's how she thinks she's going to connect with the black vote. This chick was putting on twerking concerts. That's how she views blacks. That's how she views black women. She thought she was going to win the election based on her ghetto ass campaigns, her ghetto ass rallies. I saw twerking at her rallies. I'm like, that's crazy. But the fact that she is not married to a black man, like, how dare you, bitch? How dare you and your fucking supporters call us black men Uncle Toms by saying we not black if we don't vote for Kamala. We are sellouts. We are coons. I'm like, you ain't married to a black man, so fuck you. That's crazy. And the fact that she tried to stand up for women's rights, I'm like, hold on, bro. You are not a mother, so I'm not going to take you seriously. You are not a mom. You are not a biological mother. So who are you to be for women's rights when it comes to all the abortion stuff? You ain't no mother. So fuck you. It's crazy how people thought that Kamala was going to win this election based on all the big time celebrity endorsers that she had. I'm like, look here. Nobody cares about Katy Perry. Nobody cares about Gaga. Nobody cares about Oprah. Who cares about Oprah in 2024? Right? Nobody gives a fuck. So you had all these fake ass celebrities endorse you. And we all know they got paid off. It was obvious. They got paid off to endorse you. We saw right through it. This is why she lost as well. She turned down Joe Rogan. She tried to give demands to Joe Rogan? What? He's the biggest podcaster with the biggest platform every week. And you tried to give him demands? That was a bad sign. You want to call the Donald a dictator? You want to give Joe Rogan demands? And the fact that she can't even do a 1 hour interview. I'm like, that's crazy. If you look at her past interviews, it was always over 25 minutes. The Donald, we felt a connection with the Donald. This dude did a 3 hour interview with Joe Rogan. How come Kamala can't do that? Hell, even JD Vance did a long ass interview with Joe Rogan. Even Elon Musk. So I'm like, how come Kamala can't do this? What is she trying to hide? That's what I was trying to tell you people. She's fake and a phony. The Donald is real. I don't care if he's crazy. Who cares? My mom said she don't care if the Donald is crazy. He's still better than Kamala. That's facts. Okay? The Donald reminds me of myself. He's very outlandish. He's loud. He has attitude, charisma, personality, and most importantly, the Donald is a loose cannon. You never know what he's going to say. He is entertaining. He reminds me of myself because he don't give a fuck what he says. He don't care what you think about him. Same as me. That's why I relate to the Donald. We have a president with balls. We have an alpha president who don't take no bullshit from nobody. Everything he says, I will say. Like, if I was president, I would act like the Donald. I would be a badass dude who is an egomaniac. It's my way or the motherfucking highway. Whatever I say goes. I'm the president. I'm the leader. That's how the Donald acts. We need an alpha male in that White House. And that's what happened. We helped the Donald get his goddamn job back. Listen, I knew you idiots were going to regret voting for Joe Biden 4 years ago. I saw this coming. You was going to regret it. There was Democrats who voted for the fucking Donald, okay? That's how bad it got. People want to get back to normal. And the Donald will help out. I can't believe that this year was the first time that I ever voted. And the guy that won, I voted for. You see, when I endorse a wrestler, good things happen for that wrestler. Case in point, Dirty Ass Dom. Case in point, Jack Perry. Case in point, Drew Mack. Cody Rhodes. When I endorse a wrestler, good things happen. Same in politics. I endorsed the Donald all year long on this channel. You saw it. Bro, I was in tag team matches with the Donald on 2K. So yes, I was telling you that I support the Donald without saying one word. Just watch the videos, watch the games that I was playing. Yes, it was obvious. I was on team Donald Trump all year long. So I used my platform to endorse the Donald. And guess what? That shit worked. As a black man, yes, bitch, I support the Donald. This ain't about race. Like, I don't get it. Why do people think MAGA is the KKK? I don't get it. And the fact that you left-wing nut jobs, that you was trying to scare me by saying, oh, the Donald, he is endorsed by a guy that's a member of the KKK. I'm like, okay, so how is that the Donald's problem? I can't help who likes me, right? So by your logic, you are telling me that I don't have men who are racist who are fans of me? Bro, I am a YouTube content guy. I got fans all over the world. And I can't stop them from doing what they do. I can't change their views. Hell, you never know. I might have racists who are fans of me. So this is the world we live in. We can't stop what you do. If the Donald has a KKK guy who's a fan of him, who gives a fuck? Oh yeah, by the way, the Donald denounced that guy from the KKK. So please, see, you lost because you gave out misinformation without going deeper with your false facts. The fact is, the Donald denounced the KKK. Why didn't you bring that up? Example of scare tactics. It's like, okay, so this guy from the KKK is a fan of Donald. Okay, so what the fuck does that mean? Huh? The Donald has millions of fans. What makes him so special? I'm like, I don't get it. So that's why Kamala lost. She lost because of scare tactics. She can't do an interview without dissing the Donald. And people got tired of it. Okay, I tried to warn you that the people of the United States, we've spoken. I think last week I posted a couple of screenshots. And guess what? Those screenshots were dislikes. Every video that Kamala had on YouTube, it got dislikes. More dislikes than likes. So I tried to warn you. Nobody likes this woman. Hell, the Donald won the popular vote, right? He won the popular vote. So the left, they were lying. They knew that Kamala was going to lose. They knew nobody was on her side. The fact that Every YouTube video of Kamala had more dislikes than likes. And I showed proof of that to my subs. I gave you proof in my post that I made about her last week. Go and look at her Club Shay Shay interview. It got more dislikes than likes. But the Donald had over 1 million likes off of his Joe Rogan interview. And I said, it's done, it's over. We have spoken. We want the Donald. We want the Donald back in office. Now, we don't care that Kamala is a woman. It's like, that's what the left was trying to do, right? In terms of, they tried to bully black men by saying, oh, you are afraid of a strong black woman as the leader of this country. I'm like, nah, bitch, we don't want her. Okay, she's the wrong woman, okay? But we were called Uncle Toms. We was called, oh, we are scared to have a woman in power. No, we don't want the wrong woman in power. That's the difference, okay? Nobody brought that up. We don't want the wrong woman in power. We don't care about a female who's the president. We just don't want her to be president. Okay, this was a her problem. This was a Kamala problem. People don't realize how strong a platform that Joe Rogan has. Joe Rogan, man, he came in a clutch, man. He came in a clutch. He has a strong voice. People take him seriously. The fact that Joe Rogan, he came in a clutch and he endorsed the Donald at the last minute, I will compare that to David Tyree and the helmet catch for the Giants, who won the Super Bowl. He came in a clutch for the Donald. He has a strong, heavy-ass influence. And the fact that Kamala said no and gave him demands, that made Joe Rogan turn on her. So she lost. She lost the election the moment she said no to Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan said, hell no, fuck you. I'm going for the Donald. That's why she lost. She lost her own election with her ego. But Kamala lost because her campaign, they were treating the American people like kids. They were treating the American people like how a parent treats her daughter. Don't date this man, right? He's bad. He's evil. He's a bad influence. Okay, the more you do that, she's going to defy you and she is going to date him behind your back. That's what they did, right? They made the Donald look good. They made the Donald a fucking good guy. That's what happened. They turned the Donald into George Costanza, man. They turned the Donald into a bad boy. America loves bad boys. We don't like choir boys. We like bad boys, right? So it backfired. Trying to turn the Donald into Hitler, it backfired because we know he's not Hitler. You goddamn clowns. It's wild how Kamala, she had all the has-beens endorse her. That's what happened. She had all the has-beens who endorsed her. The Donald, he had people that were relevant who were endorsing him. Come on, man. Nobody's bigger than Elon Musk. Nobody's bigger than Joe Rogan. How about Taker, Kane? People love Taker. First off, this was a tag team match, player. Okay, who's more popular, Kane or Dave Bautista? Who's more popular, Taker or Mick Foley? Who's more popular, Hogan or Mick Foley? I chose to be on the right side of history. This had nothing to do with race. I was like, okay, would you bring up race if Joe Biden was still running? That's my question. But why didn't you bring up race when Kamala was running 4 years ago? Why now? That's why I saw right through it. So why am I a Uncle Tom this year, but not 4 years ago when I did not vote for her? Nobody supported Kamala 4 years ago. And yes, here in California, we don't like Kamala. Okay, that's facts. We don't like her. Hell, my mom hates Kamala. I don't like this woman. She is insufferable. She's awful. She is just a phony, fake person who was not fit to run office. You see, the Donald was doing all the small stuff that Kamala was not doing. I'm like, look here, just go on the Joe Rogan podcast and answer questions for 3 hours. That's all. But she did not do it. The Donald felt more relatable. He went to McDonald's. Shit like that. That was great shit. That also won him the election. The fact that he went to McDonald's and he worked there for 15 minutes, right? I'm like, wow, I love this man. Like, he is so relatable. So Joe Biden calls us garbage. So Trump, he drives a garbage truck just to troll Joe Biden and Kamala, right? That's what I would do. That's what I would do. I would troll right back. You see, the Donald is king, man. The Donald is relatable. He does stuff that I would do. It's crazy how everybody was saying he's racist. And every week, I was posting stuff on YouTube and I was showing pictures of him with black folks before he ran for president 20 years ago, 15 years ago. But you couldn't find shit on Kamala. So he was more down for blacks than Kamala. Mike Tyson is a fan of the Donald. What does that tell you? He took photos with Al Sharpton, fucking James Brown. He took photos with Muhammad Ali. It's like, bruh, he was always down for blacks. So I don't get it. You have no proof that he was a racist. Because where's Kamala's pictures with famous black men of power? You can't find them. But how is she a representation of blacks? She's Indian. You dumb fuck. She's Indian. I don't get you people. She's not married to a black man. So, fuck you. She wants to brag about going to an HBCU. Okay, you went to an HBCU and you still could find a black man? That's crazy. That's facts. That's wild. You went to a black college and you still could find a black husband? That's a you problem. But I knew it was over the moment the Undertaker and Kane endorsed the Donald. And they buried Mick Foley and they buried Dave Bautista. I knew it was over. Damn, man. What happened to Dave Bautista? Dang, dude. He turned to a left-wing nutjob beta male. What happened, man? I would never view Dave the same ever again. And also, Kamala is a sore loser. She lost last night and she was nowhere to be found. She did not dress her fans. I'm like, woman, your fans want to see you and you want to be a sore loser because you lost against the fucking Donald? But you want to call the Donald unstable and you can't even take a L. You can't even take a L. But the Donald is the one who was unstable? That's crazy. This will go down as the world's greatest comeback. This guy was shot and people tried to kill him twice. And look where he's at. He should be your inspiration. The Donald was shot. He was almost killed twice. And yet he still became president. The Donald just inspired millions of people all across the world. And I'm done.